What's up, guys? I'm back again, and here with my review for Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, stars Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, and is again directed and written by George Lucas. Now then, the film takes place near the tail end of the Clone Wars, which was a war between the Republic and the Separatists. The film picks up with Anakin and Obi-Wan as they're attempting to rescue Chancellor Palpatine, who has been kidnapped by Count Dooku. When they do finally rescue Palpatine, Anakin returns back to Coruscant to his wife Padme, whom he finds out is pregnant. Later that night, Anakin has a dream that she's going to die in childbirth, and this begins Anakin on a path of attempting to find the power to be sure that what happened to his mother does not happen to his wife. Now then, Revenge of the Sith, I'll say this, is the best prequel we have. And the reason why is it actually does a good job of being a prequel. I think the real problem people have with Phantom Menace and with Attack of the Clones, besides the dialogue, the acting, the CGI, is really, it's that they don't really feel that much like prequels. Like, okay, you have a young Obi-Wan, you have a young Anakin, but it's like they're not really the backstory to the original trilogy. This is telling the story of Anakin's fall to the dark side, and it's actually done very well. Having said that, it does have the problems that the prequel have. It does have not so great dialogue, but as I talked about in my Attack of the Clones review, George Lucas was never much of a dialogue guy. But the story is actually really good, telling the tale of how this great Jedi warrior fell to the dark side. Something else I love in this movie is in A New Hope, Obi-Wan, when he's talking to Luke, has this to say about his father Anakin. He was the best pilot in the galaxy, and a cunning warrior, and he was a good friend. Yeah, that last part, good friend. Now, if you're going based just off Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan is just going senile, I guess, because they're not friends in that movie, really. All you have to do is point to this scene, You will be expelled from the Jedi Order. I don't care. Put the ship down. Most 80-year-old guys sit there and go, yep, that was a good friend. We yelled at each other all the time. Really sorry if my Alec Guinness is not that great. But in this movie, you actually see them being friends. They joke around with each other. Like, I love the scene when, they land on General Grievous's ship, and Anakin's just like, no, Obi-Wan's like, I sense a trap, and Anakin's like, what's our next move? Obi-Wan's just like, spring the trap. They get to joking. I actually see them being friends. So let's talk about the acting. Anakin Skywalker is again played by Hayden Christensen, and as I talked about in the last one, he's an okay actor. He can be a good actor with the right director. George Lucas was not the right director, but he does, I think, a better job in this movie. Again, I think it's because he's not given as much bad dialogue. He's given a bit more of an arc in this movie. I think that's why his acting shows off a bit better. Also, he gets a lot of scenes where he doesn't have to talk. And Hayden Christensen is a really good, mute actor. In that when he's not talking, he can really convey a lot. He does that in this movie an awful lot, where he's not saying any lines, and you can just tell what he's feeling. Natalie Portman as Padme Amidala, again, she does a okay job. She doesn't really do a lot in this movie. She's kind of, I don't know, she does stuff, but it's more like she's doing stuff that's in relation to Anakin. Which I'm really annoyed about, because there were deleted scenes that actually showed her and Bail Organa and their senators having meetings basically the birth of the rebellion. I think if they had left these scenes in, I think it would have given Padme just that little bit more, you know, in the film and in the overall story, and then it would also relate, you know, what she was doing in the prequels to what happens in the original trilogy with the rebellion. Ewan McGregor, I said in the last video and I'll say again, he is fantastic. In this movie, he shines bright. He is literally young Alec Guinness in this movie. I have no problem seeing that guy become Ben Kenobi from A New Hope. Just all the little Obi-Wan isms about him, you know, just even the way he just like strokes his beard, it's just like how Alec Guinness would do it. I mean, he is fantastic. I really hope that Disney gives him an Obi-Wan standalone movie because I think he would be terrific in it. Ian McDiarmid as Palpatine, he's actually really good in this movie too. In the last films he was but this one he really just gets to, you know, he gets to go all out there, you know. Unlimited power! The Republic will be reorganized into the first galactic empire. Like, he just gets to go out there. And I think it really shows in his acting, you know. Ian McDiarmid likes to be, you know, crazy, you know, just on Pluto Palpatine, and he does it really good in this movie. So, overall, I think out of all the prequel trilogy, this is a movie that I would say you can skip Attack of the Clones, you can skip Phantom Menace, but this one I would say see, because even though it does have bad dialogue and a bit of bad acting, I think overall the story for a Star Wars fan actually does give you backstory into how Anakin became Vader, and I think it's done really well. I like the lightsaber duel at the end. Does it go on a little bit long? Yes. Having said that, I still think it's cool. I know, say what you will. I mean, the battles in the original trilogy are 100 times better, and I'll talk about them when I get to those. But getting to the grading of the film, I'm going to give Star Wars Revenge of the Sith a B. That's right, a B. Which is, on my grading scale, is my lowest positive grading of a film. I think it is a good film, but I do recognize there are problems, but the good outshines the bad for me in this instance. So, guys, that's it. We're done with the prequels. Yay! So now, my next video is going to be talking about Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. So, what are your thoughts on Revenge of the Sith? Do you like it as much as I do? Do you hate it? Comment below and let me know, alright? And you can check out my reviews for Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. They're on my channel. And, well, may the Force be with you.